I love my calendar. I actually got these awesome new pens. I'm gonna go with pencils for this one.
There is just so much emotional wreckage from 2020. And who's gonna fill that great big hole in your heart? This girl!
My 2021 vision board. No, it's not ready for anyone to see it just yet.
This year was volcanic, tornadic, earthquake. You can tweet that. I think it will help a lot of people. I'm just worried that things are going to go back to normal more quickly than I anticipate. Social gatherings will become normalized again.
You know, a global pandemic doesn't end just because a crystal ball drops in the middle of Times Square. No. We are like at least 16 to 18 months away from normal.
Life is once again a miraculous theme park of joy and wonder and possibilities, and it has to be, and don't say it's not, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
I really genuinely love encouraging people to achieve their goals. I like to call it cheerleading. I've heard other people call it drill sergeanting.
Oh, goals. Yes, we were going to set those, and I will, because they're important, as soon as I take a nap.
Of course, I'm still doing a calendar. I love my calendar. I actually got these awesome new pens, but I'm gonna go with pencils. I'm gonna go with pencils for this one. One thing I'm really excited about is I downloaded a new app. So starting January 1st, it's a new app to manage my finances. I can load my receipts and all of my expenses and my income, and that's kind of the most exciting thing that's happened to me in the last 6 months, actually. So obviously we're all holding 2021 very lightly, and I'm not booking any trips or anything major until the holidays. I feel like by the holiday time, we should hopefully be back to normal. So I have booked a holiday trip, but I bought all of the insurances. My insurance premiums for my trip cost more than my plane ticket, but just having something on my calendar 10 months out feels good.
Gosh, there is just so much emotional wreckage from 2020. And who's gonna fill that great big hole in your heart? This girl! My word for this year is relationships. I just can't wait to get back to quality time with the people I love the most. There are still so many unknowns about how this year is gonna go, but I did write down some goals for myself. Help an elderly person across the street. Deliver more cinnamon rolls to people behind cameras. Oh, your arm must be so tired, little fella. Here you go. Go on. Do you like me now? Find a ragtag team of ice hockey players and turn them into the best team in the league with my loving interference. Oh, that is the plot to Mighty Ducks. Support everyone in all things at all times. My husband said, that's a little vague, and I said, shove a cinnamon roll in your mouth. Find a dog tangled up in a briar patch or brambles by the side of the road. Realize it has no owner. Bring it home. Name him Puddles. I want to get back to hosting all my regular activities as soon as possible. PTA, book club, Bible study. Gosh, hosting that much sounds stressful, but that must mean it's the right move. My therapist strongly recommended that I take time to make a standing appointment for self-care in 2021, and I said, shove a cinnamon roll in your mouth. 2021.
My 2021 vision board. No, it's not ready for anyone to see it just yet. My 2020 vision board. I wasn't able to accomplish everything on it, so I'm treating this one very, very carefully. I'm putting things on here that I know I can attain, like eating 3 meals a day, taking the trash out every night, putting pants on in case I have to stand up during a Zoom call. Of course, I also have some big goals. Not as big as last year because 2020, but I do have some big goals for 2021. So here they are. I am going to get better at TikTok. I'm going to update my LinkedIn profile. And I'm going to start my 4th podcast. What?
2020 was not a dumpster fire, no. It was a deep, bottomless chasm from which we have breathlessly been birthed, cresting the cliffs of adversity, and now we gaze with eyes adjusting to a new dawn, staring at the horizon. You can absolutely take a moment to cry if you need to. I make myself weep all the time with my improvisational prose. This year was volcanic, tornadic, earthquake. You can tweet that. I think it will help a lot of people. In 2021, I want more silence and more space. I realize in 2020 I had a lot of both, but I'd like that trend to continue. I did set one new goal for myself, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. I just spent over $2,000 on a Yamaha SX600. It is top of the line keyboard used for mixing piano arrangements, so I'm going to learn how to make my own fully blended, completed compositions. I purchased the keyboard before I learned any of the technology, and that felt like the right order in which to do things. Besides, I was really in the mood, and I'm absolutely certain that that mood will continue and that I will complete my artistic endeavors and goals this time.
What are my goals for 2021? Let's see. Well, for starters, I'd like to keep as much blank space and margin in my planner as possible. I'm just worried that things are going to go back to normal more quickly than I anticipate. Social gatherings will become normalized again. Another goal of mine that feels very healthy is to spend less time on social media. The reasons for this, of course, are all the residual controversy and conflict surrounding social media and their privacy policies. I've actually adopted an online alias in order to protect my personal space. And you know, a lot of influential historical figures have done this. I certainly wouldn't be the first. Why, Benjamin Franklin went by the pseudonym Silence Dogood. Chekhov famously used the pen name Man Without a Spleen. Say hello to Mina Weft Flog. It's an anagram for Get Off My Lawn. Another goal of mine in 2021 is to start a blog. Since the election in November, I have accrued an enormous amount of information about our electoral process, and I need a place to store and process all of that. For example, my first blog post. In 1804, as everybody knows, the 12th Amendment to our United States Constitution made sure that electors designate votes for the position of president and vice president, but makes provisions for tie-breaking systems in which the House of Representatives. But I'm not going to get into blogging full-time in 2021. I can't do that. I can't do it with the self-promotion. Read my blog, swipe up, like me. No, thank you. In fact, I think I'm going to make it even harder to find my blog through de-optimization. www.minaweftflog.co/blog/2891-3. Did you get that? No? Good.
I don't know why everyone's so excited to say goodbye to 2020. Because one of the greatest things ever happened to me in 2020 is that I got to say, I told you so many times. So I spent most of the last year in my home and had friends, family, coworkers, acquaintances, strangers on the internet all ask me for my advice on what to stock up on. And they actually listened to me. They listened to me. So I would like 2021 to just look the same. Be great. For once, listen to me. Been trying to get people to listen to me my whole life. You know, a global pandemic doesn't end just because a crystal ball drops in the middle of Times Square. No. We are like at least 16 to 18 months away from normal, if we even remember what normal is at that point. I told you so. I have been researching the top 5 places to live if you're going to go off-grid, which I know a lot of you are considering, because a lot of people have been asking for my opinion on that. So I can give you my research on that, and also food preparedness, well water, solar panels, 5G blocking, freeze-dried beans, iodine, goat milk recipes.
It's 2021! My voice cracked from emotion. You guys, we did this. Life is once again a miraculous theme park of joy and wonder and possibilities, and has to be, and don't say it's not, I can't hear you. La 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 la. I wrote down some power phrases for 2021 that I'm gonna tap into if I need a little motivation. Level up, good time fun train, possibilities, hug it out, actual hugs, real ones where I touch you on your body. Not in a weird way. I figured out that if I use this little beauty to organize my week, I can fit more activities into my week. I've basically turned it into a board game of possibilities. My phrase for this year, seeking a friend for the end of the world. Get in line. Okay, I have written down just a few goals here that I'd love to accomplish. Let's see. Finish the stacks of books that you started but did not finish. I did not dog ear where I left off. Become a chess master. I am very into the Queen's Gambit right now. Learn the Viennese waltz. And finally, finish writing goals later. Gotta go research scuba gear for possible trip to Uruguay.
Okay, I'm starting the year off right, guys. The big three, got dry January, keto, and CrossFit. Let's do this. The question is not what my goals are for 2021. The question is, what are the goals of the people around me? I really genuinely love encouraging people to achieve their goals. I like to call it cheerleading. I've heard other people call it drill sergeanting, but I don't think that's true. Let's take a look at that vision board, Beth. It says that you were gonna save 15% of your income, but your bank records show that did not happen. Let's try harder. How did I get the bank records of my neighbor? Well, I asked the bank manager. People have no idea how to say no to me. It's a gift.
Goals, yeah. Yeah, goals are important. It's good to look ahead. And I'm gonna set some. But first I'm gonna finish knitting this blanket. That feels really important. Oh, goals. Yes, we were going to set those, and I will, because they're important, as soon as I take a nap. That's better. Goals, right. I didn't want to set any goals this year because they, if I'm being totally honest with you, stressed me out a little bit. But someone who cares about me very much said I had to, and so here we are. So instead of setting these like hard, really strict, rigid goals, I just decided to make some inspiration words. My first word is dialogue. I want to create safe places for people to exchange ideas and hear and be heard. My next word is retreat. Another great option is not talking about any of this at all and pretending it's all just going to go away on its own, which I'm sure it eventually will. It has to. My next word is harmony. So if somebody says in conversation to me what I call a fighting word, I'm going to replace it with something else. So for example, you say conspiracy, I say puppy. Puppy! It's gonna work every time.
You know, a global pandemic doesn't end just because a crystal ball drops in the middle of New York Times. Oops, the paper just drops in the middle of the newspaper.
Okay, I have written down just a few goals here that I'd love to accomplish. Let's see, finish stacks of book. That's not English. Okay.